I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to die on this hill, but I got to say it.
The School of Podcasting with Dave Jackson.
Hey, I'm Dave Jackson from the schoolofpodcasting.com, where I help you plan, launch, and grow your podcast. Let's talk a little video, shall we? And there's just bad information out there, and that is the fact that you don't have to have a YouTube channel when you start a podcast. Podcasts are kind of thought of as being audio only, and they're not. That's the other thing. To truly be a podcast, okay, we're going to split some hairs here. It can be audio, and it's been video since 2005. So everybody's like, oh, the new thing is video podcasting. It's not new. Look up Ask a Ninja. I'll put a link under the video for this. It's been around since the day. You can also podcast a PDF. Not sure why you would want to do that, but you can do that. But here's the thing. If a TV guy does a broadcast, talks about the news, that's not a radio show. And if a radio guy talks about the news, it's not a TV show. Why? Well, they're technical things. This picks up this signal, this picks up that signal. And a podcast, to be truly a podcast, has to have an RSS feed. And I know everybody's like, well, YouTube is going to go YouTube Music and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, anybody remember Google Play Music from 2016? I've seen this movie before. I'm not going to say I know how it ends. I'm hoping that Google, makes the right choices and they release it like worldwide. They're not US only. Okay. We'll hope for the best. I hope they do that. But here's the thing. I can say right now, hey, welcome to the podcast. Guess what? It's not a podcast. And I don't understand, why are people not just saying I'm a YouTuber? Because when you have a channel on YouTube, you're a YouTuber. Here's where I kind of go, look easy. Let's lighten up, because I don't want to die on it's an RSS feed. If I can't subscribe an Apple Podcast, it's not a podcast. Okay, easy. Because in the end, we're all content creators. But to really be a podcast, it needs an RSS feed. And here's why that's important. A true podcast, I can listen to my podcast, The School of Podcasting, on Apple Podcasts. I can listen to it on Cast-O-Matic. I can listen to it on Pocket Cast. I can listen wherever I want. YouTube, yes, you have an app on your phone, but guess what? It's YouTube. Like, I can't listen to your YouTube channel in Apple Podcasts because it's not a podcast. The fun part of that is YouTube is centralized. That's why when people get kicked off of YouTube, they go, oh, holy crap, because all my audience is going to this one place. And with a podcast, you can listen on whatever app you want. You want to listen on Good Pods? Go right ahead. The central thing is my media host. But the beautiful thing is, as long as I have an RSS feed, it doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, YouTube is not a podcast. Now, am I going to get offended if you call your YouTube channel a podcast? No, I'm not here to die on this hill. But there are going to be times when you kind of have to go, it's not really a podcast. You can call it a podcast, but technically it's not. So here's my thing. Embrace your YouTubeness. Say, I'm a YouTuber. I have a channel. And quit confusing. The audience is the problem I'm worried about, because the audience thinks that now when I'm on YouTube, I'm a podcaster. And I'm like, oh, cool. Can I listen to it in Apple? And they're like, no, I'm just on YouTube. I'm like, you're not really a podcaster. You're a YouTuber. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Have a great time making content. And the other thing I forgot to tell you about, there's a comedian that started a podcast, and he was going to do video only. He was talked into doing an audio version, and to make a long story short, he promoted only the video version. Video. Media team, video. Completely ignoring the audio. Yeah, the audio is outperforming the video 10 to 1. 10 to 1. Why is that? Because there's more time to listen than there is to watch. I can't watch your YouTube channel in the car, and people go, well, you could just put it in your pocket. Well, if I don't have to watch it, why are you doing it on YouTube? Just a thought. Again, video podcasts are not new. Video podcasts are not always better than an audio podcast. And it's now you have to shave to do your podcast. You really want to do a video podcast. And if it doesn't have an RSS feed, technically it's not a podcast. We're all content creators. If you want to help starting an actual podcast with an RSS feed, come see me over at schoolofpodcasting.com/YouTube. I'll see you in the next video.